Greetings, sirs and madams. I'm Traffic Zero, and we're playing Gundam Battle Operation 2. So lately I've been hearing a lot of weird stories where people keep dropping the Zeta on their very first drop. So I figured I have a few tokens, not really enough for a 10 spin, but we'll try a single spin and see what happens here. So yeah, I got some tokens from like the simulation stuff. So let's drop in 3 and we'll see what falls out of this plane here. Okay, so what we get is... I don't fucking believe it. Okay. Well, there's my luck for like forever. Although, I don't know, I hear it's really common people are getting this like off of their first spin or something. Even when they do a 10 spin. Okay, so the Zeta is the first 600 cost suit, a general type in the game. And it's one of the first mobile suits that can transform and fly. So like we have like transforming things before, but they would like transform into tanks. So yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting to use. Yeah, and I know we've looked at the Zeta before in the simulation battle, but yeah, now we're going to get a chance to actually customize it, look at all of its stuff, and I got to do a proper field test this time. Okay, so we're going to sort it under general, gonna sortie with it. Yeah, so pretty good defense stats. It respawns in 21 seconds. Weirdly enough, it doesn't have a specialized compatibility, but yeah. So it has very, very high thrusters, but interestingly enough, it doesn't have as much of a high running speed as I expected. Okay, so it looks like it can only equip the Zeta Gundam's beam rifle, Zeta's beam saber. It's 2300 attack. Okay, no other optionals, or no other options for the melee weapon. Okay, the arm grenade launcher. You know, does it technically have those on each arm, or is it just the one arm? Okay, the long beam saber. This is kind of like a bayonet for the beam rifle. And it actually has the same attack power as the regular beam saber, but a lot more reach. Okay, so we're going to fast forward through me putting on some parts here. I'm going to put shooting parts and boosting parts on there. And a lot of people are building it for HP because, you know, like, yeah, the biosensor should activate when you're at 30% or something. So, okay, so we put the beam bayonet on our quick swap. So looking at the skills here, it's got dodge roll, backpack cushioning. It can boost in the air. Okay, got balancer, so you can melee out of a boost, and back for space. Force injector level 2. Okay, melee combo controller, 2-hit combo, shield tackle. Okay, it can transform by hitting the touchpad. Oh, and at 30% you activate Biosensor, so it should up the stats and mobility. But we'll try to see exactly what that does when we get out to the field. Okay, let's throw some colors on the Zeta right here. Yeah, I have my general, like a white and gold scheme here, but I think we're gonna want to fine-tune this a little bit. Yeah, so the interesting thing about the Zeta is the original had this really interesting like red counter color on it. So I kind of want to do something a little similar, and I think what I'm going to use is kind of like this pearl blue color, like slightly purplish, and it actually works really well with this gold right here. So yeah, I think that looks pretty damn awesome. Okay, and yeah, an interesting thing they added, you can hit the options button to like see the transformed state. Yeah, I wish this gallery would actually let you see like the different animations for the mobile suits, like the tackles, the counters, and the melee animations. That would be really nice. Okay, so taking it out for a field test. Let's see how it does here. Okay, so yeah, general running speed is pretty average. I thought a 600 would be a little faster, but okay, the turn speed is pretty okay. Let's look at the weapon cycle. Yeah, they placed the bayonet in kind of a weird place in the cycle, and look at how it's holding it. Like, just, I thought it held it by like the actual beam rifle handle, but he's just holding it by the rifle. That looks very weird. Okay, and yeah, so the Zeta, it should have like a ranged combo, like a rifle to grenades, and it should have a melee combo too, like between two melee weapons. Yeah, very, very good boost capacity on this. I did put boost parts on it. Yeah, let's look at the reload speed on this stuff. Okay, so the reload on the grenades is pretty good. Okay. Pretty standard saber attacks here. Kind of a long cooldown time between attacks, though. Okay, this thing, it looks like it takes a little longer to ready up. The neutral reaches very far. Okay, so the neutral looks like the same animation as the Proto Gundam's beam javelin, and the downswing is the same as the Garibaldi Beta's downswing. Yeah, and I did test it later. Weirdly enough, the hitbox for the bayonet, it actually includes the rifle part, so it's not just the beam blade. So yeah, like really easy to use. Okay, so while you're transformed, you have access to the beam rifle and the beam guns. I'm told the beam guns are actually the beam sabers while they're holstered into the hip, I think, or the skirt somewhere. Okay, okay, I think that's sort of all I can test here. Let's. Okay, so there are some different maneuvers you can do while you're transformed. So you steer completely by using the right stick, and while you're transformed, you can boost, like by tapping the boost button, and also you can do a dodge roll, which will do an actual. I hear it's technically not a barrel roll. I think it's technically an aileron roll, something like that. But yeah, you can do kind of an evasion while you're transformed. It will completely use up your boost gauge though, so you're gonna transform right out of it. Okay, let's test out some damage combos here. Yeah, it's really nice switching from the bayonet to the beam saber. Like the bayonet, like it's fairly safe to approach with it because you have so much reach. I will say that it's a little difficult to combo from the rifle to the bayonet because the bayonet does have a longer ready time than the beam saber. And I'm finding that sometimes the second part of the swing just doesn't land on the mobile suit you're hitting for some reason. Okay, he's down. Yeah, that beam rifle has a really long ready time also. Okay, the arm grenades, they do stun on 3 hits, I believe. You have 4 of them, so you can afford to miss 1. It might even be 2, but like I didn't really get to test it too much. Okay, this is a G3, should be taking a ton of damage. Oh geez. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. Yeah, I don't know if this is happening to anyone else, but I'm finding that for some reason the Zeta just isn't as responsive as I thought it should be. Yeah, so a lot of times I'm just hitting controls to like cancel or switch weapons and it's just not coming through. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to test Biosensor, so I'm going to activate the enemy AI, and I'm just going to let them wail on me for a little while. And I don't want to waste your time with that too much, so we're just going to fast forward through it. And for some reason, they are taking their sweet-ass time to do it. Yeah, maybe I should have gone over to where that gun cannon is so he could bring my HP down a little faster. Okay, so at 30%, you'll activate Biosensor, and it ups all of your stats pretty much. So you have faster running speed, faster turning speed, and there really doesn't seem to be a difference on ready times or cooldown times on melee. Maybe your saber readies up a bit faster. Yeah, the cooldown time looks exactly the same. Gosh. Yeah, is it just me or is invincibility lasting a lot longer, like since the update? Ooh, okay. So it looks like the Zeta doesn't have protection from mobile suit explosions, so that is something you're gonna have to be really careful about. Okay, testing the boost capacity in Biosensor. Yeah, very good boost capacity. Okay, and my shield is broken. I can still transform like this. Okay, got double dodge roll, but it does take away your enhanced tackle skill. So you're going to be doing normal damage, like when you do a tackle. Okay, yeah, it doesn't use up a lot of boost at all when it's jumping. Yeah, and wow. Okay, so it can really use force injection when it's got biosensor active, but there's a lot of strain on the legs, so you have to be very careful about that. That should work a lot better in space, though. Okay, and the thing about like exiting your transformation is that there's going to be a hard landing, but I imagine in space that's not going to be an issue at all. Okay, so you can definitely transform when you're airborne, so some people might want to jump. Oh, very good boost capacity. Yeah, so you can actually just use the thruster while you're boosting and get pretty far, I imagine. Yeah, and then you still have plenty of boost gauge to do a evasive maneuver. Yeah, my problem is that when you exit the transformation, the recovery on it is a bit clumsy. I think you can actually boost in the air if you need to cancel something. Okay, we're gonna try this range combo here. Yeah, really good damage. Oh wow, like, I thought that would, like, cause a stun or something when you ran into somebody with, yeah, with the Wave Rider mode, but it really didn't do that. Okay, that was interesting. Maybe it was because my shield was destroyed, but I'm not sure. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at the Zeta here. It, really enough, the biosensor just stays on, like when you get out of it. I could have sworn it was like a new type thing attached to the pilot, but I guess the devs decided it was going to be a mobile suit thing. But I also hear that the biosensor gives you some protection from stuns and staggers and stuff like that, but I haven't been in a lot of battles with the Zeta yet, so yeah, you guys just let me know what you've seen so far. Yeah, anyway guys, that's a look at the Zeta. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.